makes this penny special, and how you might just have a valuable one without even knowing it. Stick around until the end, you won't believe what some rare versions of this coin have sold for. Let's get started. Part number 1. Origins and Historical Context. The story of the Lincoln cent began in 1909, when it was first minted to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Since then, the Lincoln penny has undergone several changes, but it has remained a staple of American pocket change. Fast forward to 1985, and we find ourselves in a period of significant change in the world of coins. By that time, the United States Mint had shifted from solid bronze pennies to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising copper prices. This change, which began in 1982, continued through the 1980s, and by 1985, the penny was a coin with a copper coating over a 97.5% zinc core. The 1985 penny featured the famous right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the word Liberty to the left and the date to the right. On the reverse side, we still see the Lincoln Memorial flanked by the inscriptions United States of America and 1 cent, along with the motto E pluribus unum. It might seem like an ordinary coin, but as you're about to learn, there are a few key reasons why collectors today are eager to get their hands on certain versions of the 1985 Lincoln cent. Part number 2, Mint Marks and Mint Locations. First, let's talk mint marks. In 1985, the penny was minted in 3 major U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, with no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; San Francisco, producing proof coins marked with an S. The vast majority of 1985 pennies came from the Philadelphia and Denver mints, meaning most are common in circulation. However, proof coins from San Francisco were made with extra care for collectors, and they were never intended for regular use. These proof coins are more visually stunning, with mirror-like surfaces and sharp details, and they can hold significantly more value. Part number 3. Special era coins. Look out for. Here's where things get exciting. Era coins. While most 1985 pennies are worth face value or slightly more, some have been discovered with minting errors that make them incredibly valuable. Here are the top ones to watch for. 1. Double die obverse DDO. This happens when the coin's die strikes the design twice in slightly different positions. The result: you may see doubling in the word Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or even the date. A strong DDO from 1985 can fetch big bucks. 2. Off-center strikes, coins that were misaligned during the striking process, resulting in a portion of the design missing. The more dramatic the error, especially if the date is still visible, the higher the value. 3. Clipped planchets, a coin missing a curved section due to an error during blank cutting. These can be worth $10, $50, or even over $100 depending on the severity and demand. 4. Die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs on the coin from a damaged die. While usually not as valuable as major errors, these can still appeal to collectors and increase the coin's worth. These errors make everyday coins far more interesting and collectible. If you find one of these variations in good condition, you could be holding something worth far more than a cent. Part number 4. Grading and condition. Why it matters. Let's talk condition. Like with any collectible, condition is king. A worn 1985 penny straight from circulation might be worth 1 to 5 cents. But a coin in mint state, meaning it looks nearly brand new with no signs of wear, can fetch a higher price. Especially if it's been graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Mint state coins are graded on a 70-point scale, and a coin graded MS-65 or higher can command much more value. A 1985 Lincoln cent in MS-67 red condition, for instance, can sell for over. Why? Because it's not just about the year, it's about how rare that condition is for that year. High-grade coins are much scarcer, making them more desirable for serious collectors. Part number 5. Market value. What are they worth today? So, what is a 1985 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny worth today? Here's the breakdown. Circulated coins, usually worth 1 to 5 cents, depending on where. Uncirculated coins MS-60 to MS-64, between 25 cents to $1. High-grade coins MS-65 to MS-67, $5 to over $100. Proof coins from San Francisco, typically $2 to $10 or more in perfect condition. Error coins, These can range from $20 to over $500 depending on the type and severity of the error. And yes, as you mentioned earlier, a well-preserved 1985 penny has recently been seen on the market for around $0.142 or higher depending on condition and demand. While that might not sound like a fortune, remember these pennies were minted by the billions and most are just sitting in jars or drawers. But finding one in pristine condition or with a unique error, that's where the money is. Part number 6. Tips for collectors: how to find valuable pennies. Want to start your own treasure hunt? Here are some quick tips. Check your spare change daily, you never know what might turn up. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling or small errors. Sort your pennies by year and mint mark, look for oddities. Store coins properly. Avoid damage by keeping them in flips or holders. Consider having high-quality coins graded by a reputable service to maximize value. The 1985 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value. Whether you're in it for fun, history, or profit, coin collecting is a hobby that's both educational and potentially rewarding. So, next time you spot an old penny lying around, don't just toss it aside, take a closer look. It might be worth a lot more than you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more videos about rare coins, collectible currency, and hidden treasures you might already own, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a discovery. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or want us to cover a specific coin in our next video. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! My dear coin lovers and treasure hunters, if you've ever held a penny in your hand and thought, could this be worth more than just 1 cent? Well, you're absolutely right to wonder. Now, we're diving deep into the story of a seemingly ordinary coin, the 1987 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny. This little copper-plated beauty might just be sitting in your pocket, in a jar on your shelf, or hidden deep in your grandmother's drawer. But what if I told you that this penny could be worth more than 100 times its face value? Yes, you heard that right. The 1987 Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, is turning heads in the coin collecting world. From its rich American history to its surprising market value and the mystery behind rare varieties, today's video will explore everything you need to know. So grab a drink, sit back, and let's unlock the secrets behind one of the most underrated coins in US history. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell because you won't want to miss what we have in store. Chapter number 1. The history behind the 1987 Lincoln penny. First, let's take a trip back in time. The year was 1987. Ronald Reagan was president. The stock market was riding high before the crash of Black Monday. Michael Jackson ruled the airwaves. And in the heart of Denver, the U.S. Mint was hard at work striking millions of coins, including over 4.2 billion 1987 Lincoln pennies. But don't let that number fool you. While the mintage was high, not all coins were created equal. The 1987 penny is a part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which began in 1959 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 150th birthday. These pennies featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that would continue until 2008. But what makes 1987 so special? It's a transitional year, caught between the early years of zinc core pennies and the rising tide of modern errors and die varieties. That means collectors often search for unique features, subtle mistakes, and preserved mint state examples. Chapter number 2. Design details. Let's zoom in and talk design. The obverse of the 1987 penny features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909. Look closely and you'll see the inscriptions: Liberty on the left, the date 1987 on the right, and the tiny letter D just below the date, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Flip it over, and you get the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo, along with the words United States of America et pluribus unum, and 1 cent. Even though it seems standard, the quality of the strike, the metal condition, and any unique errors are what really elevate this coin's value. Chapter number 3. Rarity, Errors, and Varieties. Now let's get to the exciting part, the hidden gems. While the 1987 Lincoln penny is generally common, some rare varieties and mint errors have made this coin a sought-after treasure. Here are a few things collectors look for. Double die obverse DDO. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin had a doubled image, making features like the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust appear slightly duplicated. While not officially recognized in mass numbers for the 1987 D, rare examples have surfaced and command a premium. Off-center strikes. If the coin wasn't aligned properly during minting, it could have an off-center design. Depending on how much of the design is missing, values can range from $20 to over $100. Clipped planchet errors. This occurs when a part of the coin is literally missing due to a misfeed in the blanking press. A genuine clipped 1987 D penny can be worth $30 to $75 or more. High-grade coins MS67 or higher. Mint state coins that are graded by PCGS or NGC as MS67 or better can fetch prices well above $100, especially if they are in pristine, uncirculated condition. So don't just look at a penny and toss it aside. Examine it carefully. A small die crack, a misplaced mint mark, or an unusual texture might be the key to unlocking a serious collector's prize. Chapter number 4, Current Market Value. Now for the question everyone's been waiting for. How much is the 1987 D Lincoln penny really worth today? Let's break it down. Face value. Of course, it's worth 1 cent in regular circulation. Copper melt value. Even though it's mostly zinc, the copper coating gives it a melt value of around $0.0126, just over a penny. Circulated condition. In worn, everyday condition, the coin generally sells for 1 to 5 cents, but that's not the whole story. Uncirculated condition MS60, MS65, coins in this grade can be worth $1 to $5. Gem mint condition MS66, MS67, these are where the big money starts. Coins graded MS67 have been sold at auction for $100 to $300 depending on the demand and luster. Keep an eye on listings from PCGS and Heritage Auctions. Prices can spike depending on the market and collector interest. Chapter number 5. How to identify a valuable 1987 D penny. Here's what to look for if you want to identify a valuable specimen. Sharp strike with no visible wear. Brilliant red color or red-brown tone. This indicates minimal oxidation. No fingerprints or spots. Use gloves when handling. Check with a magnifying glass for doubling or unusual marks. Weigh the coin. A standard 1987 D penny should weigh 2.5 grams. Anything different could indicate a wrong planchet error. If you believe you have a valuable coin, consider getting it graded by PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company. Chapter number 6. Final thoughts and collector tips. To wrap it up, the 1987 D 1 cent Liberty Lincoln penny might seem like pocket change, but in the world of numismatics, even the smallest coins can carry big stories and even bigger value. Whether you're a casual collector, a passionate hobbyist, or someone who just loves American history, the 1987 D penny is a coin worth learning about and worth keeping an eye out for. So before you toss your pennies into a jar, take a moment to flip through them, look closely, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find a tiny piece of treasure worth far more than 1 cent. Thanks for watching today's deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1987 D 1 cent Liberty Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your fellow collectors and history buffs. Got a rare penny in your collection? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. And remember, every coin has a story and every story is worth discovering. See you in the next video, and until then, happy collecting. My honorable coin lovers, treasure hunters, and curious minds around the world. Get ready to dive deep into the story of a small coin with a massive legacy. Today we're talking about a penny that you've probably walked past 100 times without even noticing it. Yes, the 1997 D 1 cent Liberty Lincoln penny. But don't let its small size fool you, because this humble coin could be hiding a surprise value that might blow your mind. This isn't just a piece of copper. It's a piece of American history, minted in the Denver Mint, bearing the face of one of the most legendary presidents of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. And while millions of these coins were made, there are some rare ones out there that collectors are desperately hunting for. Let's take it back a little. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909.